It's vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Today on It's Vegan, I'm going to show you a quick way that you can serve corn on the cob for 4th of July. Kevin and Lisa always serves it like this at their picnics, and I think you're going to want to do the same. So clean your corn. I'm trying to get my pieces pretty even in shape, and then I'm just taking my cleaver and breaking it. And you can see I'm just not great at getting them completely even. I'll show you one more, but you can see on a plate that's going to stand up nice and flat. For my next step, I'm taking a skewer and I'm pushing it into the corn until it's pretty secure. Then I took some pliers and I'm cutting this on an angle. I only want the stick to be a couple inches long. Next, I'll be putting it into a steaming basket, and this becomes the handle when someone is eating it. The other thing is, you could do this preparation ahead of time and then just store them in your refrigerator until you're ready to serve. So I'm getting one more. I'm going to put my skewer in as far as it will go. Now, this particular one, it's going all the way through, so I'm just trimming off the top. And again, I'll put it in my basket. I'll show you one more. You want it in there so it's not going to fall off. Now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to know how much water you're going to need in your jar so that when the corn gets dipped in, it will get covered. So I'm putting one in. I'm pouring hot water over the corn, and I'm coming up about a ½ inch higher than my average piece of corn. I'm draining off the water, and then I'm taking a stick of vegan butter and I'm going to have that melt in that hot water. Then I'll show you later how it melts and you just dip your corn. However, if you don't have a steaming basket, you can put your corn in a skillet with some water. Very important that you keep the lid on it so that it steams it, or just put it in a pot and boil it. I have the corn in a steaming basket. You can see there's some steam coming off. I'm putting a lid on, and I will steam this for probably 10 minutes. I know it's done when it smells like corn and you look at it and it looks cooked. It's been about 8 or 10 minutes and it smells like corn. It looks cooked, and I wanted to show you something else. You could always break off one of the kernels and taste it. And yes, to me, it still has its crispness and it's cooked. So I'm going to take it off the stove. Time to plate. I've selected a nice festive plate and I'm putting my hot water and vegan margarine here. You could always use olive oil and water as well if you didn't want to serve the vegan butter. Now I'm just going to take this out of my steamer. You can keep the corn its full length, but at picnics sometimes there is just so much food that you don't want a whole ear of corn. That's what it looks like when you're serving it. What your guests will do is take a piece of corn, dip it in, drain off the butter. They can put it on their plate and add whatever seasonings that you're putting out. Pepper, salt. Time for the taste test. And you can see this little piece will fit so nicely on a plate that has many other selections at your picnic. So easy to hold. Join me next week as we have another exciting recipe for you. Please enjoy this recipe as well.